Hello, my name is Michael, and welcome to the first episode of AnchorCast. Earlier today, I interviewed Brian, the director of the Center for Career and Professional Advancement. He had helpful advice for your career of today and your career of tomorrow. Take a look. Hello, today we are interviewing Brian, director of the Center for Career and Professional Advancement. Thank you for being here, Brian.
Thank you for having me.
Hi. So today we are hoping to relay as much information as we can to the students of UC Merced. And my first question is, if you think there is one underutilized resource that the CCPA has, what would that be?
Sure, great question. Probably one of the least utilized services is probably practice interviews. It's something I think students spend a lot of time preparing their resume, but they spend such a limited amount of time actually preparing for an interview, and really interviewing skills is the thing that gets you the job.
Now, prior to the interview, we always have to turn in resumes. And if I were to give one piece of advice to a student about the resumes, what would that be?
Probably to avoid having a resume that's too generic. The idea that one resume fits all, unfortunately, just does not work in today's economy. You really need to take the time to tailor your resume to match the type of skills and experiences that the employer is looking for. The better off that you do this, the likelihood of interviews is more likely going to increase.
Great. Now, as you probably know, on-campus jobs are in high demand these days. If you had any advice for students seeking an on-campus job, what would that be?
First is to make sure you have a up-to-date and professional resume. Employers have a lot of choices on campus, and they have a tendency to initially go after those students who articulate why they want to work for that particular department. A great opportunity is to include that in your cover letter. In addition to that, follow up. Don't be afraid to contact the particular department after you've submitted your resume and cover letter to further indicate your interest in their position.
Great. Now, one question that's been on the top of everyone's mind is why this center has changed their name from Career Services to the CCPA. Can you give some background behind that?
Sure. I think we think about the idea of the Center for Career and Professional Advancement. We're really emphasizing the professional advancement side. Our goal is really to meet students where they are in their career development process and help move them to that next level. And that's where we're developing services and resources and staff to really meet the demands of what we know employers are looking for, and how do we help students to develop the skills and experiences that are going to make them very attractive to employers, to graduate programs, to professional school programs after they graduate. And so the idea of really emphasizing that professional development is what we feel that will give our students a competitive advantage.
Great. Now on to the next topic. During a student's college career, it seems to be very important. Now, what would be your top advice for how many internships students should take throughout their college career?
Sure. We probably recommend at a minimum of 2. Internships are one of the best ways for you to get experience in your field. And we also know it's still one of the most highly sought after experiences that employers are looking for as they're considering you for full-time employment. Now, internships can be very formal. Some internships may be a little bit more informal, but think about it as a broader set of experiences. This might include doing an extended volunteer experience, experiential education, taking on a service learning project, or doing an academic or non-academic internship. Either way, getting experience in your field is probably one of the best things that students can do, because it shows the employer of the future where your interests and experiences are today.
Great. And for students who want to make their resume less bland, what could they put on their resume to make it more fun?
Sure. I think several things that employers look to. They want to see that you're a person as well as a resume. And so anything that can highlight experiences that you may have had outside the classroom. Maybe you've been involved in student clubs or organizations. Maybe you've been in a leadership position on campus that you've worked on in a campus job, and maybe you did a special project like filming videos. It could also be the fact that you may have the opportunity of doing an exciting class project that had you interacting with things. So really be thinking about yourself as an overall candidate, not just based on your major and maybe some of the classes that you've taken.
Great. And as a candidate and as a student, do you find it valuable for students to create a LinkedIn account?
We do. Really, I think students are starting to, at an increasing level, start to create LinkedIn profiles. And think about a LinkedIn profile as 2 sides of a coin. The first is an opportunity for you to showcase your resume and kind of yourself as an electronic business card, and really promote yourself to a huge network of people. The second side of that coin is the opportunity for you to make connections with really people globally that may be in an area that you want to go into. There's information about job postings. There's information about how to meet with other professionals. And so it really serves two purposes. One, for you to expand your network, but also for you to promote yourself.
Great. Now, when students apply for jobs, often they'll put their resume experience from when they were back when they were 16, working at a retail store. Now, are those skills relevant for all the jobs that you apply for in the future?
I think you really need to look at your all the experiences that you bring. My suggestion is have a version of your resume that has everything in it. It'll never see the light of day, but have everything in there, and then really as you start to apply for things, take your cue from the job that you're applying to. Really look at what are they looking for, and then start to think about your experiences that best match that particular position and work to kind of craft your resume around those experiences.
Great. And my final question, when is the best time for students to come by the CCPA and have somebody come through their resume?
Sure. Early and often. We love to interact with students in their first year, their first semester, to help get them on a professional pathway where they want to go. But we also know that students sometimes, their needs around career and professional advancement can change. And so we love the opportunity to meet with you, understand your particular needs, what do you want is that you want to do with your career, and then work with you throughout those different stages to make sure that at the end of this experience, you're successfully able to achieve what comes next.
Great. Thank you so much, Brian.
You're welcome. Thank you.